While waiting outside the detention center, Megumi notices the cursed whom's innate domain has disappeared. He believes that all he has to do is wait for Yuji, but Sukuna arrives to tell him that won't be happening. In an uncharacteristically good mood, Sukuna blames Yuji for overusing his power without pact. He tells Megumi that Yuji can't switch back just yet, and in order to prevent him from taking back control, Sukuna rips out Yuji's heart. Sukuna effectively takes Yuji hostage now that switching back means death. In addition, Sukuna eats another one of his fingers to strengthen his control. He prepares to kill Megumi, and Sukuna admits it's for no particular reason. Megumi sees the irony in the situation and believes he and Yuji's positions are switched since when they first met. Megumi believes the only thing fair in the world is that the world is unfair to everyone. He tells Sukuna that Yuji will switch back even if it means taking his own life. However, Sukuna argues that Yuji is a coward who was just crying inside when he was fighting against the special grade. Megumi ignores him and notices that Sukuna can use a reverse curse technique. He plans on fighting Sukuna, believing that he's at a disadvantage without a heart and can be forced to heal. Megumi begins by summoning New and engaging Sukuna at close range. Sukuna simply toys with him until Megumi unleashes Orochi and lifts him into the air where Nu can strike repeatedly. However, Sukuna destroys Great Serpent and uses the open space to throw Megumi around using power and agility. Without even using jujutsu, Sukuna overpowers Megumi and he's forced to release Nu. Sukuna notices how Megumi's technique works and appears impressed by it. So much so, he asks why Megumi would run and waste his talent instead of standing his ground against the cursed womb. Faced with an impossible obstacle, Megumi recalls how his sister was unfairly cursed despite being a good person and how his father left him. Megumi doesn't believe karma is automatic and therefore almost nobody gets to enjoy true fairness. That is why Megumi will save people unequally, based only on his own conviction. Megumi saved Yuji simply because he didn't want to see a good person die. Despite his reservations, Megumi had Yuji spared. He believes that this is okay because he's a sorcerer and not a hero. Yuji takes back control of his body as he listens to Megumi admit he never regretted saving him. Out of time, Yuji succumbs to his wounds and tells his friends to live a long life. In Tokyo, four mysterious figures walk amongst the regular crowd of people. They discuss why the sorcerer among them used a Sukuna finger in order to test Sukuna's strength. Eventually they stroll into a cafe where everyone can only see the man despite the cursed company he's keeping. Meanwhile, Gojo meets with Ijichi in the school morgue. Gojo believes Yuji was set up by the higher-ups, who purposely sent Sukuna's vessel on a dangerous mission in his absence. Irritated, Gojo threatens to kill all the higher-ups. School doctor, Shoko Iri arrives and admits she's surprised to see Gojo so emotional. She asks permission to dissect Yuji's body and Gojo asks that she make good use of him. Saddened by Yuji's death, Megumi and Nobara sit on stairs together. They try to act like they're not upset since they haven't known Yuji very long, but they can't hide it. The second-year Jujutsu students arrive to find them sulking. Maki asks why they're looking so glum, but Panda reveals that their classmate died. This is Nobara's introduction to their senpai, Maki Zenin, Toganumaki, and Panda. Megumi also mentions Yuta Okatsu, but he's studying overseas at the moment. Panda apologizes for Maki's rudeness and asks that they participate in the Kyoto Sister School Goodwill event. Since the third-year student is suspended at the moment, Tokyo High needs more participants. The second years explain that the Goodwill event is an annual battle between schools where sorcerers compete against one another. It takes place in the slow season for sorcerers since this year is slowing down on incidents. In order to get stronger for Yuji, both the first years agree to participate. Elsewhere at the meeting between the sorcerer and cursed spirits, the curses explain that they want to make their kind the true beings of the earth and gain the dominant position the humans currently have. They've come to ask how to defeat the Jujutsu sorcerers. In order to go to war, they will need to render Satoru Gojo unable to fight and make Sukuna their ally. The curses believe Yuji to be dead, but the sorcerer isn't so sure. Somewhere inside the residuals of Yuji's soul, Sukuna is looking down on him.